Hola, hola everyone. Nando here. So listen, I'll say it as it is. Wrestling is an anime. Like hear me out. Wrestling is based on having larger than life figures that are either heroes and villains. They portray characters. The stories and matches are, and I mean always, dramatic as hell. The entrances as to how the wrestlers get presented, over the top. Like these people are getting Iron Man level budget entrances just to go out there in a square box to wrestle in their underwear. Do you understand how cinematic that thought process is? But that's what I mean. Wrestling can be anything. Wrestling can be written and imagined as to how you'd like. So please tell me, with all the ideas in the world that you can have with these fictional characters, why are wrestling companies so bad at making merch? Let's start off with the notorious ones. This Sin Cara shirt. Why is he drippy? And why is his jacket make these tights look like a peanut? Like, what are we doing here? Bray Wyatt, may God rest his soul, a man who wasn't just a wrestler, he was a big storyteller, a horror movie villain, and a cult leader all wrapped into one. The possibilities into making art, the merch of this character is through the roof. They're endless. There's just no way you could possibly make a bad design. What are we doing here, man? Like seriously, in what world, in what universe do you see a man who's spoken in riddles about the darkness of the human soul, who tormented John Cena, Daniel Bryan with horrific visuals, and have that character be aligned with the Nene dance? Who did they hire to make this crap? Up next we have the Core, aka the Timu Nexus. Now I have a short story for this, and I feel like I'm gonna be ashamed to admit this, but as a kid, I thought this shirt looked cool. Listen. This is all my brother's fault. He did this. It was WWE 12, and my brother just made a creative wrestler, and during his entrance, he would have a black shirt with the Claws logo on the back of it. And I thought it was so sick. I actually thought it looked sick. And so I copied it. And through the months, even when my character would change attires through his universe mode run, he still had the Core logo shirt on. I lacked in good taste at the time, okay? Do not judge. Cody Rhodes. This man, he's a pure inspiration, turning himself from a rejection into reinvention. Bars. Leaving the WWE when nobody had hope in him. So he invested himself and created the greatest comeback story in wrestling history, creating the brand that we know today as AEW. And he did his best to show his passion through AEW to make it the best that it could ever be. Unfortunately, that passion nor hindsight could help him realize how terrible this shirt is. Heel? No. Face? No. I'm just a winner. Cody? Are you a Facebook mom? Like, my big pet peeve in wrestling is when it's acknowledged on screen that it's just scripted entertainment. Which it is, but it's just peeling the curtain way too much for my taste. And it just leaves me uncomfortable because then it just feels like I'm watching a TV show filled with actors. Which it is. But I don't like my brain thinking that. I think the best example I have about a genius way of incorporating insider terms was when Christian Cage came to AEW. He had a slogan in his Titantron that said, "Outwork everyone," but when he turned heel on Jack
Real glass, so cry me a river
Perry, his Titantron would then go from "outwork everyone" to "worked everyone," which, you know, is so stupid, but yet so clever at the same time. Anyways, segueing with Christian Cage, we gotta speak about Christian Cage's supposed son, Nick Wayne's mom. AEW made a t-shirt for a mother. Imagine going out in public. You are not a wrestling fan, and you walk in to see someone wear that shirt, and you must just ask yourself, Who is Nick Wayne and who the hell is his mom? Now let's give TNA the same treatment. Bobby Roode, please care to explain this? Did you guys just quote a promo on him on an episode of TNA, slap that on a shirt, and I was like, you know what this shirt really needs? Every font of existence. This is a new generation. This is a generation of selfishness, and I am the leader of the new generation. That is just pure trash. Speaking of trash, TNA once made merch for a freaking referee, and that was towards the iconic referee that we know as Earl Hebner. And in 2006, they decided to release this referee shirt that says, "Damn right I did," which is in reference to Earl being a participant in the Montreal Screwjob. Guys, the Montreal Screwjob was in 1997. TNA, the only company to give a referee a gimmick, but it's a gimmick of a situation that happened nearly 10 years ago. And for our last TNA shirt, you've all seen this one coming, but we all really gotta ask ourselves, what kind of material did TNA use to create this t-shirt for AJ Styles? Seriously, I just wanna know. Do I need a trusted adult or... And lastly, I've saved the worst, but really for me, it's the best for last in my opinion, because I find it hilarious and I have no clue if this company is in on the joke or not. Now let's talk about New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I'll be real, I don't really have any good knowledge with the product. I watch both AEW and WWE on a weekly basis, and watching another wrestling promotion would probably just make me crumble. So please, bear with me with this. And to those New Japan fans, if I'm creating any errors, please, I beg of you, I will read the comments. Please educate me if I'm doing this presentation right. You're probably going to know what I'm going to be talking about based on the presentation that I'm going to give. So just bear with me. Okay, cool? Got it. So in 2023, New Japan brought us the faction of just 4 guys. And no, I'm not just saying that as a general normal sentence. That is actually their names. They are actually just called just 4 guys. Pretty self-explanatory. Which had the members of, and may the Lord please help me do a decent pronunciation of this, Duki, Kanemaru, Taichi, and Michinoku. I hope I got those right. And they were a group created for the sole purpose of wanting to make it big in New Japan together. Then in March, a wrestler named Sonata, dear Lord, look how handsome that man is, no homo, leaves his faction Los Ingobernables, I butchered that so heavily, and Sonata went on to joining just 4 guys, now reforming as just 5 guys. Pretty self-explanatory. But then in November of last year, Sonata would turn on his friend Taichi to help a wrestler named David Finlay retain his New Japan Global Heavyweight Championship, and thus joining David's faction known as the Bullet Club War Dogs. And for Sonata to show his disdain for just 5 guys, well now they're just 4 guys, cementing his hate for them by wearing a shirt that says, need I say more? And that's all I have for you today, folks. If you'd like a part 2, just let me know, I'll get right on to it. Let me know what you'd like for me to do next. I'm hoping to do these videos at least once a week, with next week's video covering me ranking and giving my thoughts towards the current champions of WWE and AEW. So tune in if you're interested. Follow me on my Twitter, like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget, shout out Nick Wayne's mom.